Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to another episode on the Annoyed Dad channel. As you can see, today is slightly different. We are at home and we are going to do an unboxing. And the unboxing is then going to lead to another video, which is going to be after 1 week's worth of use. And then we'll do one after a month's worth of use, and we will go from there. If this is the first time you have stopped by the channel, please do hit the subscribe button down below, because we little channels really do appreciate it. If you have been watching us for a little while, you would have known that we've had some thefts down at the farm. We've had some people getting in there and it's not very good. So I brought a few more of these. These are wildlife cameras, action cams, trail cams, whatever you want to call them. They are great little bits of kit, and these actually work really, really well. These are the Amazon ones made by Victor, and they work very well up until the batteries start to lose a small amount of power. So it's got a battery compartment and it takes 8 batteries in there. As soon as those batteries start to lose a little bit of power, oh, it does turn on. Let's have a look. Let's see how much battery power it says these have got. Well, there you go. What's that, about 3/4 or so? It says as soon as it gets down to half, it still works and everything. You can turn it on, you can put it onto trail cam mode and everything else like that, but then it stops recording. And you can leave it there and you can wonder why they're not recording. It's because the batteries aren't up high enough to be able to power it and to keep it going. So they're great to start off with, but then they lose power. So we need something down at the farm that we're able to access to see what's going on. But the problem is, at the farm we don't have power. We've got the solar panel which goes to the battery, which can be put through an inverter, which could then be used to power something like a home CCTV system, or it could be used to power a router that we could use IP cameras on, but that's just a lot of faffing about. So what I done was I went onto Amazon and I had a few things. Number one, a good quality camera. Number two, had to be able to work for a few days without any power. Number three, had to be easy to change the batteries, charge up, do whatever, what else with. Number four, had to be able to access it off of my mobile like I can with our Ring doorbell, but still for all of it to be able to work. So what I ended up with was the Reolink Go. This camera claims it can do all of those things. It arrived today in this nice little handy box. Well, it didn't arrive in this box, it arrived in another box, and this was inside of that other box. You get what I mean, you know what I'm saying. So let's open it up and see what we get inside the box. I have already pre-opened it. So, be prepared, be Reolink. Inside, operational instructions. Yep. A little blurb about the Reolink Go, now compatible with vSIM by Vodafone. This is actually quite interesting. I got bored earlier, so I sat down and I read through this. We'll come to the SIM card in just a moment. Warranty. Stickers to put everywhere to let people know you've got a nice expensive Reolink camera up on your farm somewhere. Drill plate to drill the holes, unless you do what everybody else does and just line up your drill and just go bzzz and just hope it's in the right place. Legal bump that nobody understands. Okay, so that's that bit. Next up, the SIM card. Now this is what's called a vSIM by Vodafone. I had to look these up because I did know about these, but I didn't know they'd done ones especially like this. So it is a vSIM for smart devices. This SIM card will not work in a phone, in a tablet, or anything else like that. It is purely for IoT devices. Yeah, that's the right word, devices. So it's the Internet of Things, where they're trying to get everything to talk to each other and to connect up to each other. So where your fridge can talk to your kettle, and where your car can be tracked, and you can put a little thing on your dog, and you can track where your dog is all the time. It uses SIM cards like these. So these work over the 4G network. And I signed up for the subscription on this. I had to put down that it was a Reolink Go that it was going to be used in. So they're linked up, and this per month is going to cost me £4. That's right, just £4 per month. It does say there is a fair use policy on there, but I couldn't really work out what the usage was for how much it was going to cost me for what it's able to do to be able to talk back to my mobile phone. So that's that. I'm really, really pleased with that. So then we've got the camera. So it's a big white camera, but obviously there's a thing in the box that we will come to in just a moment. And if you look at the front of it, you've got the camera lens and you've got the PIR sensors. That's if anybody walks in front of it, so it would activate automatically without us having to do anything. Light sensors and a few other bits and pieces. If you unscrew the back, opens it up. You can see we've got a compartment there for the battery. So that goes into there. I'm not going to do it right now. We also have, if I put that down, also see we've got two slots here. One of which is for the SIM card and the other one is for an SD card. So a micro SD card, and I believe it's up to 64 gigabytes. It might be 32, but either way, it's one of them and it can go into there. So as you can record onto the SIM card on here, and it can preserve your data. Now, one thing that I do like about this is the battery is rechargeable via a USB charger cable. So what that means is they claim, I think it's 90 hours worth of battery if it's recording. If it's in standby mode, it can go for days and days and days. On the farm, it's obviously going to be activated whenever I go up there of a morning, and again by anything else. So it's not going to need constant charging. But what this means is that I've got two options here. Option number one is I can run a cable from where we've got the solar panels and I can plug it straight into there to charge it up to maintain the charge all the time. However, if it's going to be kept in an area which is away from the solar panels, away from any source of power or anything else like that, I can take along one of the battery banks that you get to top up your phone when you're out and about, plug that in there, leave it in there for a few hours. That's then going to charge it up. Maybe come back even the next day, unplug it, and then your camera's recharged again. So there's no need to have a constant power source with the camera, which is one thing that I really, really did like about it. On the back, you've got a little screw that goes onto the stand. So let's have a look at the other part. Now it comes with this giant, what should we call it? Yeah, there's lots of things we could call it, but let's just call it a sleeve. So it comes with this giant sleeve that you just slide over the top, slot it in. That's it, get it all the way in. And there you go. So it goes from being a garish white to being a nice camouflage colour that can be hidden up in any trees. The bottom bit is left uncovered, mainly because that there, I believe, is the speaker, and there's a microphone up here, so it can pick up the sound of any animals or anyone around it, and you can talk to it through the app on your phone and say, "Oi, get off my land," and other things like that to people if you are need be. But honestly, if I caught somebody on the land, I'd just ring the police and then I'd get up there and get their vehicle ID, and that would be about it. So yeah, so that's that. So that looks quite cool. Oh, don't want to break it already. Now, normally I wouldn't place it down like that because obviously it's got a lens, but because it's got the protection sheet on it, just for the ease of the video, I'm just putting it down like that. Next up, we've got a strap. So as we can strap it to something like a post. This is the clamp, and you can see it is adjustable in all different ways to be able to angle the camera. So the camera screws on to that bit there, and you can turn it like that, and then you tighten it up to where you want it to be, and you can adjust the up and down angle there. At the back, you have the fixing plate. So this fixing plate, I presume you would use with this strap. So you'd put the strap through the fixing plate, so it would come actually across that middle bit there. That would then go around a tree, a branch, a bush, whatever, anything else like that, and then you would lock it in place. See, I'm doing this through the camera, so it's not that easy to do. So you then lock it in place. There you go, just like that. So that locks it into place and holds it on there. And I would imagine you would then use the little fixing kit that comes with it. The one thing I do hate about these is that noise. I hate that noise. So it's also got a tool in there, which is the SIM removal tool that you get with a lot of Apple phones and things like that. And you have the charging cable just there like that. So that is all what is in the box. Now, I got mine from Amazon, and they are priced up at the time of me ordering at £180 per camera. They had a £12 offer on them, so I was able to get it for £12 cheaper. And then luckily I had a load of Amazon gift vouchers, so I was able to use all of them to be able to get it down. And I think I actually spent about £100. There is a link in the description below. If you use that link in the description below to buy it, it does give us on the channel just a small little referral fee, shall we say, but it helps us to keep going and helps us to feed the animals and get everything going like that. So what we are going to do now is we are going to get it all set up and all rigged up and get it down the farm. I'm going to place it in a open location for the first week, so as I can get the footage to show to you guys. That'll be coming up in the next video. I'll do a little playlist and I'll put a clicky thing up here once the playlist is done. We will do that for a week, so as you guys can see how it works, and I can take the video off the phone and I can see if there's anything that I need to do I hadn't done, I should have done. Then what I will do is I will move it to the location where it is going, and I will leave it there, and then we'll do another one after a month's worth of use, so as you guys are then able to see how we get on with it in a real world type of situation and see how it's going and how we're doing with it. But I am very pleased I was able to find one that meets all of our needs and all of our aims. It can just be put up on its own as long as it's got the phone signal and we keep the battery charged in it. We will constantly be able to access it off of our phones and see what is happening and what's going on. So to the next video, we'll explain the apps, we'll explain how to get the video, we'll explain what the videos look like, and we will set you up with a couple of little scenarios. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already done so, please do consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Leave us a comment down below. Have you got one of these? Have you tried it before? What other security measures, legal, have you tried, and do you recommend to others? Please leave them down in the comment section down below. And until the next video, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you like my hands. Bye bye.